Bam, just like that, we're back. It is Friday. It is high noon. What's happening, y'all? Hey now, y'all. Good to see everybody lined up for a Friday. We always have a good time on Fridays. And today is going to be, I think, something a little extra special, a little extra sweet for all of us as the one, the only, the legendary, the man, the myth. You've heard about him. You've read about him. He comes from the streets. His name is John Joseph. He is the guy who sold the merch on the first ever opening day PMP party at Longbridge Pizza. We'll have our second coming up soon. But he's been a staple. He's been a staple of the community. I'm very excited to bring him on. He will join us later in the program today as our guest sponsor of this week's musical assignment. If you are just joining us, you're new to the show. First of all, welcome everybody. Come on in, grab a seat, grab a beer. Don't cost nothing. And we do this on Fridays. We have a musical assignment, and John Joseph has determined today he is accepting songs about cars, songs connected to cars, songs about cars, songs that use cars as a metaphor, whatever. As long as it has keys and an ignition and an engine, we're going to rock with that today. So, Tony, I'm feeling good on a Friday. We got a great Warrior win to talk about. The Sharks are playing today as well. They're going to host St. Louis. We got the World Baseball Classic around 5 p.m. tonight. Logan Webb gets on the bump. Shohei Ohtani's already hitting grand slams. I didn't need to see him. I'm already getting Dodger fatigue, and he's not even playing for the Dodgers yet. But I woke up today to see his highlights. He had a grand slam. I think it was like 5 o'clock in the morning our time. But he's up to his usual hijinks, and we are ready to give you the show on Friday. So, Tony, how you doing today, buddy? What's going on in your world?
Did Shohei do the post-game interview in English, or did he do it in Japanese? What did he do?
I'm not sure. I didn't want to see it. I don't know what language he chose. He acts like he can't speak English, of course.
Right. That's my point. That's my point. It's like, I'm just wondering what approach he's taking in the World Baseball Classic versus MLB. So, Shady Shohei, hashtag Shady Shohei. We're always going to take that stance. And dude, you know what? It might come down to USA versus Japan, and Japan looking to repeat. Dude, let's go USA. You got a job to do. And I was talking to shout out this coach Matt Brown, great dude who works out at this place called the Cage in Belmont. It took my son.
Coach's name, by the way, too, Coach Matt Brown. Nice. Dude. Right up the middle. That's Coach Brown. Yeah.
Coach, we call him Brownie, but dude, the guy was a great catcher for CSM. I forget where he went after that, but I know he had some big league experience in the minors. Seriously, great.
Yeah. I'm not laughing at you. I just thought of something. Go ahead. Go.
Nice. But great dude. Anyways, I took my son Dom to pitch yesterday, get a pitching session in because I want him to get another voice besides me. And this guy Brownie knows his stuff. But he was all over the World Baseball Classic because I was wearing my Italy hat. He's like, dude, World Baseball Classic, Italy, that's great. He goes, by the way, Italy's actually good.
Yeah.
And I go, are they really? And he goes, yeah. Their whole pitching staff is big leaguers in MLB.
I would suggest too, Tony, that even if Team Italy has a hard time in the tournament, I would gently submit that they're probably the most handsome team on the diamond, if I may salute the fellow countrymen, the handsome, rugged ball players of Italy. Tony, go ahead.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that for a moment. Although Mike Piazza was removed as the manager of the team. I think that was a PR move to get Piazza involved, but I don't think he was putting in the time that the players and the
He's probably hanging around with Guns N' Roses too much. He's like best friends with Axl Rose and the whole. I don't know if you knew that, but he's like this tight with Guns N' Roses, and he's probably back off on tour with those guys right now as we speak.
I wonder if Piazza's still rocking the handlebar mustache, by the way, because there's not many people that can get away with the handlebar mustache, but he could get away with it, dude. I remember like back in the day, God, dude, he was just a big dude. Handsome dude, but also another, like, he's like a Brock Purdy story where he, got drafted late, and all next thing you know, he's a starting catcher for the Dodgers and the Mets and just had a good career. But he got removed from the managerial position for Team Italy. Team Italy plays tomorrow against Brazil. Hopefully, USA, because it's USA, Italy, and Brazil in the same group.
Yeah.
So hopefully, Italy and USA advance from that group. That's what I'm hoping. Just that Italy advance, and of course we want USA to advance. And Logan Webb on the bump tonight, man. I'm so stoked. 5 o'clock, everybody. Tune in, 5 o'clock on Fox. It's going to be Logan Webb taking the mound for USA versus Brazil. I can't wait. I'm going to crack a beer, a standard deviant beer, Paulie. I'm going to crack at 5 p.m.
I got a million reactions to your opening statement today. So let me see if I can start formulating my response. One, you talking about great handlebar mustaches of all time. It's funny you should mention Standard Deviant because our very own new sponsor and partner, Mark DeVito, he's rocking the Raleigh finger style mustache like few others can. Like you'll see, it's a work of art.
Actually, go ahead. I'm just going to share. Stand by, Paulie. I have visual aids.
Okay, good. Let's behold Mark DeVito.
There he is. Mark's sipping the beer with the handlebar mustache right there, and he's the guy in the middle wearing a KEXP shirt. By the way, we talked about that when last time Mark and I hung out. There's Mark with the handlebar mustache, and like we said, Standard Deviant, the new sponsor of the musical assignment.
Thank you, Tony, and thank you, Mark. Great to have you on board, brother. And let me address Rags, my friend Rags in New Jersey, real quick. He's asking me if there's a Team Philippines in the World Baseball Classic. Rags, there isn't, but guess what? If there was, you know who could have pitched for him is our very own Tim Lincecum, because he was part Filipino, and he's one of my top. The entire city of San Francisco loves Tim Lincecum, Rags. So Filipino pride right there with Timmy. He was always coming loud and clear. Finally, you said this coach's name is Mark Brown. But his name, Matt Brown, same thing. Matt Brown, Mark Brown, we're in the same vicinity. Matt Brown, his nickname, you said, we call him Brownie. Let me throw this one out there because all the kids in New Jersey have nicknames. My nickname is Smack. Rags' nickname is Rags. I don't even call him Christian ever. I call him Rags. The other Christian that pops up on the board sometimes, he's known as Eugene. Now, we actually had a guy in my class, Rags. Do you remember this dude? I don't think he graduated with us. He didn't make it. But there was this big kid. His name, ready for this, Tony? His name was Mark Brown. Big old Mark Brown in the denim jacket, big Rush fan.
And what do you mean he didn't make it? He didn't graduate high school?
I don't think he by the time we made our senior year, he wasn't there anymore. So I don't know what happened. He might have wound up like in Juvie Hall, something like that. I don't know where Mark Brown went.
Shout out Juvie, dude.
Yeah,
there's a Juvie in San Francisco, and there's a Juvie in Belmont. And when we drive by the Juvie in Belmont, my son Dom goes, "Dad, is that really juvie? Is that really juvenile?"
Oh, you don't want to go to juvie, Dom. Don't go to juvie. Yeah, you don't want any part of that, dude. You got WPODs in your bunk. You know what I mean? You got the Watchungs down the hall. You don't want any part of that. So anyway, Rags, we had this kid named Mark Brown, and some people called him Brownie, but the other nickname, the preferred nickname, ready for it, Rags? Do you remember? Slug. We called him Slug or Sluggo. He was known as Slug. This is the kind of kid Mark Brown was. He used to scare me, actually, because he was in my math class, and he'd be like, "Hey, man, I'm going out. I'm going to go smoke a joint in the bathroom. I'm going to tell the bathroom." He's like, if you guys want to come, meet me in there. I'm like, there's no way I'm burning J's in the middle of math class. But that's the kind of guy Mark Brown Sluggo was. Yes, Rags, fist in the air for Sluggo. Okay?
Can I give a Sluggo a Friday night slap in the face? Can I give him one?
Please.
Okay.
Ooh, that was dicey. Dicey. Yeah. It's okay. It's not firing maximum potential. It's about 80%.
Okay, and then stand by because you mentioned that he would burn grass in the bathroom.
He would.
So what about this? Can we burn some grass in the bathroom?
Herb is a plant.
Huh?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's not full flight. It's good. It's better. It's an improvement, which I'll accept.
Well, Paulie, will allow me to redeem myself, please.
Say, oh yeah, it's business time.
That's beautiful.
Okay.
It's business. All right, now we do have business time. I thought you were going to bring a sponsor up or a super.
All right, there we go, Paulie. Yeah, might as well bring a Patty from Napa as a super from Lake Havasu or Lake Have a Few or Lake Have a Screw. You pick. That's where Patty from Napa is checking in from, and she says the one and only John Joseph. You are the main man, dude. You'll be great. Mikey ran errands, so he'd be back in time for the musical assignment. That is our host, John Joseph, today. And she says, rock it in all caps. So
thank you, Patty.
Yep, thank you.
Go ahead.
No, go.
No, is there another one? Or are there other supers? Okay, go. You take care of those.
Yeah, Lily Merchant. She's a super. What's up, Lily? She says, happy birthday to the queen of the PMP broads at Patty from Napa. So, Lily, thanks for joining us here. We're going to celebrate Patty's birthday all day today because tomorrow, the great Patty from Napa celebrates another circle around the sun, Paulie.
And she is the great Patty from Napa. Have a very happy birthday, Patty. You know we love you, and so does everybody else in the P&P community. Okay, Tony, as we settle into the show today, let's just check off the boxes we need to acknowledge. One, numerology. Where are we today in the what number show is this?
As I introduce numerology, I want to remind people, as it says there on the crawl, like and subscribe. Please go to YouTube. We got to feed that algorithm. At Polymax Particles is the name of the show, is the name of the channel, at Polymax Particles on YouTube. Please like and subscribe while you are there. We can use all the help we can get. And then, Paulie, this is episode 277. Episode 277, bud.
277. Okay, let me play around with that a little bit. One, again, I'm going to remove the 2 for the first name, but just a nice, clean 77. The man responsible for Joe Montana's injury in the 1990 NFC Championship game, Bubba Paris. If you watch that play, Bubba Paris falls down, which allows Wilbur Marshall to come, or Leonard Marshall, rather. Leonard Marshall gets a clean shot on Joe, knock Joe out of the game, knock Joe out of the league, really, for over a year because he had that elbow injury as a result of that. So Bubba Paris, I wish you would have made that block. Other than that, you were pretty good. And then also, Tony, and a lesser talked about 49er, and I'm going to move the numbers around. I'm going to take the 2 and I'm going to combine that with a 7 to make 72. And I'm going to shout out 49er defensive lineman Cleveland Elam, who was part of the 76 team, a great defensive pass rush. Yeah, the gold rush. And he was a first-team All-Pro in 1977, Cleveland Elam, and I should say he was number 72. Rest in peace, Cleveland Elam. Rest in peace. Yeah,
that's fantastic. And probably shout out to Bob Sarlott, ladies and gentlemen, the Gold Rush. Remember when he would announce the cheerleaders to come on the field at halftime?
I miss Bob Sarlott, man. I'm a Sarlott head. I got Bob Sarlott's back.
Sarlott was fantastic, dude, and I don't know if he still does it, but he used to be a part of a band called Butch Wax.
I played with those guys. They invited me to gig with them. I sang a couple songs with those guys at Bimbo's years ago.
Yeah, at Bimbo's. Yeah, they gig at Bimbo's. I don't know if they still gig, but Butch Wax and the Glass Packs. They used to gig at Bimbo's all the time. Really fun band. Paulie, numerology. Okay, we got to go. I'm gonna go 7 for Colin Kaepernick, 7 for John Elway, 7 for Thomas Morstead, the current punter of your 49ers, who was shanking balls left and right as the season was coming to an end. And then I got to go number 77. I don't know why this name came to mind, but Carl Mecklenburg.
Yeah, dude. He's an all Denver Bronco Hall of Famer, Carl Mecklenburg. Yeah, he was a badass, man. Good pull right there. What made you think Mecklenburg? I didn't see that coming.
I have no idea, man. I can't explain how my brain works. It just works the way it does. And that's what I say to Megan. I'm like, this is who I am. It's the way my brain works. You shouldn't be surprised anymore.
This is who I am. Take it or leave it. You know what I mean? This is who I am. Okay. Well, this is who you are. Number Stevie Groschel coming in. Let's not forget number 7, Milt May. Here comes Groschel doubling down. Number 77, the late Lyle Alzado. Dude, yes. Lyle effing Alzado. Good one. Yeah.
Dude, left us way too early. And also 7, Kevin Mitchell.
Yeah, dude, Mitch. I love Kevin Mitchell. Today, yesterday, I don't care. Like, he so rarely is seen publicly these days. But I'll tell you what, Tony, I stand with the Huggy Bear. Okay. I
stand with Kevin Mitchell. First of all, he was number 9. Then he switched to number 7.
Let him go. Whatever he wants to do. Yeah.
I support the barehanded catch in foul territory. I support the gold teeth.
I support the MVP. He won the MVP in '89. I support that,
Absolutely, man. I was a big Kevin Mitchell fan. So, dude, shout out number 7, Kevin Mitchell. Yeah. And I'm trying to think of another. Wasn't Marvin Bernard number 7?
You're damn right he was. I'm pretty sure, right? Marvin Bernard, number 7. Yeah, pretty sure he was.
Paulie, and your guy, the guy that you love so much for his quick stint with the Giants, Blake Snell, was 7 for the Giants.
Blake Snell, dude. F him. F his droopy face. F
double.
In
the bags, and the double bags under his eyes.
You know what I mean? Yeah, bags, the whole sagging face he comes out there with. These guys, I hate these guys. They come to the Giants for 1 year, and then they go off. They join the Dodgers. I
couldn't root harder against him, honest to God.
Well, during the World Series, he was public enemy number 1. We wanted his head, dude. We wanted his head on a freaking pike, See,
but that's why I want pitchers to keep hitting. I wish pitchers still hit because,
Me too. That's baseball. That's the actual game. You play defense, you also hit. That's baseball. Sorry.
100%, Paulie. Yeah. And also, if you're gonna have the stones, the nads, the balls to throw inside or to come in high and tight, then dig into the box against us. So, and then we'll see how it feels when we come high and tight to you, pal.
Right.
So I'm just not, the Snell, just not a fan, And I wasn't even excited to have him as a Giant. I tried to wrap my head around it. And I'm like, I'm a lefty snob. I was all about it, but I just could never fully get into him being a Giant. I really couldn't.
F Blake Snell. And also shout out to Lily Merchant, one of our favorites. She says, guys, don't forget FP Santangelo, our very own FP Santangelo, also rocked number 7, Tony.
Really? I thought he was 14 for some reason. I don't know why. Atlee Hammaker was 14, by the way. And Vita Blue was 14 also. But we'll get to 14 when we hit numerology for show 314.
Okay.
In the meantime, Paulie, we got to talk about Podziemski and the Dubs.
Let's do that. That was a great. I'm telling you, if you guys saw the Warrior game, early start yesterday, which I kind of slipped by me. It was like 5:30, and I'm like, oh damn, I missed the first hour of the Warrior game. But I jumped in, and it was really a satisfying game. I mean, first of all, Houston's a good team. Anytime Kevin Durant's on the floor, you got your hands full. Draymond sacked up and played really well. And Podziemski has become Steve Kerr's most reliable offensive weapon, and he also grabs rebounds. Like, that kid plays the game. Now, there are a lot of people out there. There are voices of dissent on Podziemski. I don't know what that's based on, but I'm sure you've seen that too, Tony. But It was a great win. The Warriors get that one on the road, 115-113 in overtime. And they're off today, travel day, and then there'll be a national game on Saturday. They're at Oklahoma City. I think that's a 5:30 start on Saturday, so I look forward to that. But last night should not be forgotten. And I want to say one more thing, and then I want your reactions after the game. If you guys watched Draymond do the interview from the court, he was talking to Molly and Bonte, and just to clarify this, because I think some people think the Warriors have kind of let go of the wheel and they're letting this thing just kind of drive off the road. That is not the case. These guys, Draymond said, and I'll take him at his word on this after the game. He was like, listen, if we're going to make the playoffs, we have to win games like this, games we're not supposed to win. And again, shorthanded as usual with Steve Kerr. He's not had a lot of options. How about LJ Cryer having a game last night coming off the bench? He played well. So Draymond said, listen, we're trying to keep this thing afloat. We're not giving up. We're still fighting. There is talk Steph Curry could be returning, Tony. So you embrace a win like yesterday in overtime on the road. That was a real nice game.
I absolutely embrace it. And Paulie, Pat Spencer off the bench, 8 points, 3 assists.
That's my guy, Pat Spencer. Let him go.
16 minutes. I also wanted, there's a key stat I want to talk about here real quick, or a key part of the game that was big last night, and it's the offensive rebounding stat. Podziemski, 26 points, 9 assists, but he also had 5 offensive boards, dude. Offensive boards are so friggin' important. When you can grab an offensive board and give your team another possession, basically, or at least another shot, another chance to score, it's huge. And on the flip side, I got to tip my cap big time to Al Horford and Draymond Green, because Horford was on Şengün, that goofball who wears those. Remember the post-game presser?
I know. I've seen him, dude. By the way, you want to talk post-game? I don't know what to say about this, but did you see SGA after the freaking Knick game with the fur coat?
Yeah.
We might need to show that. We don't have to do a whole formal bookmark thing, but I'm going to go ahead and ask you to pull that out while we're talking about post-game attire, because the guy could barely answer questions. He was so like draped in fur. Tony, pull it out. Go to bookmarks and pull that out. You guys need to see this to actually believe it if you haven't yet.
I will for a sec, but hang on. Let me just finish what I'm saying about Podziemski and then I was talking about his getting 5 offensive boards.
Yeah.
Al Horford watching guarding Şengün all night, and Draymond Green with the task of guarding KD all night. 1 offensive rebound between those two, between Şengün and Kevin Durant all night long. So that's an incredible defensive effort by Green and Horford, man. So I just got to applaud those guys in that effort. That's a huge part of huge reason why they won that game in OT. And by the way, Anthony Melton, 23 points, dude. You got it.
He's been playing well too. He's been a nice little spark for Steve Kerr, no question.
Hell yeah, dude. And Steve Kerr, I want to say that Steve Kerr said that that's the best game that Podziemski's ever played. I think he said. And I was like,
he's had a lot of good games for Coach Kerr lately. Podziemski's really been showing up, man.
I loved it. And dude, again, 32 and 30, with, like you said, LJ Cryer. Like hold on a second. I got audio coming. Gee,
You're okay.
man. ESPN and their pop-ups. My God. But Steve Kerr, again, I just applaud the job that he's doing and the whole coaching staff with the Warriors, and Steph Curry sent a message, and he's here back in the Bay while the team gets ready to play OKC tomorrow, and he said, keep at it, keep going, I'm coming back soon. So he's trying to give them life as well from the Bay Area, saying keep at it. Like you said, Paulie, they haven't thrown in the towel. They're still
they're trying to compete. They want to make the playoffs. There's no question of that. And Tony, while you're getting the SGA fur coat thing ready, I'm going to just kind of prep you. We're going to go into a Longbridge pizza spot because we are going to bring John Joseph in about 20 minutes and kick that whole thing off. So we actually have a bunch of sponsors we get acknowledged today and give some love to. And I thought it'd be a good place to say, do you have it? I see your look on your face just changed.
Yeah, well, there's some really good bookmarks too, man. It's just
do you want to do we do fur coat? Bro.
There we go.
I'll let it speak for itself. This is real. This is not a joke. There he is. There's your MVP of the NBA. Tony, I'll take your thoughts at this point.
I mean, here, I'll let the
video.
No,
watch him try to talk with this thing on.
Top teams in the East recently. What's your impression of this Knicks team after playing them tonight?
Yeah, good team.
Tony, help me out. I'm at a loss.
He had to move his mouth because hair was getting caught in his mouth. Did you catch that? Did you catch that?
I did. I've seen this. No, I know. I've studied this like a professor of human behavior. I don't. Yeah.
Go
ahead. No, go ahead.
Then they have really good defenders out there as well, so they're well balanced. They're obviously top of the East for a reason. They're a good team, playoff team.
So
you know what this reminds me of, man, is remember when Jerry Seinfeld agreed to wear the puffy shirt?
100% with the low talker. Yeah.
I'm wondering if somebody made this for him and he agreed to wear it.
And then serious, dude. No, he's not. This ain't a joke. He's dead serious about this.
This is just. I mean, he almost sounds like Marcellus Wallace with the gag ball in his mouth. Right?
Go wake up the gimp. You know what I mean? Well, there he is. There's your MVP, the NBA. That's what it's come to. Fur coats that obstruct one's mouth. Just some visuals for your Friday. Yeah, I can't get behind that either. You know what I can't get behind?
Longbridge pizza. Real quick, we can get behind Longbridge pizza in a second. But I have a question for you, Paul.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to just like a t-shirt and a jacket, or like a collared shirt, just a collared shirt, or like can somebody bring back a freaking just a Lacoste or Izod shirt with the alligator? Or
like Bob Weir used to wear one of those, for God's sakes, with Daisy Dukes, a great outfit. Also, I never saw Steph Curry in his MVP seasons do a post-game presser with that kind of fur on. I don't know, man. And I'm not sure.
Paulie, do you remember the knockoff to Izod's called Le Tigre? Do you remember?
Yes, I do.
With the little tiger instead of the alligator, man. And I was like,
I'd rather wear the tiger just as an anti-alligator statement. You know what I mean?
I was big into the alligator, and so I'll never forget. My mom brought me back some Le Tigre shirts. I'm like, Mom, I can't wear this.
Oh, I would have worn that punk rock style in a second. Like, that's what it's all about. Let's push back against the alligator scene, you know?
And no BS, Paulie. Be true here. Did you ever pop your collar? Did you ever rock the collar up?
No, never. Not once. Not once. Yeah.
I think I did once.
Rags will back me on this. Rags, you ever see me pop my collar? There's no effing way I ever did that. Never. Let me tell you why. Because the kids that did that kind of S in my high school, I was not down with those kids. Right. Okay. Right. So no, I didn't, never, ever. Rags, thank you for the clarification. Nor did you. Rags and I were not popping collars, brother. That was not happening back in our day.
Did you ever peg your pants?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Yeah,
yes,
I did.
I did.
Yes, I had high top Vans, right? Yeah, high top Vans because I was a skater back in the day. Yeah. And I still, we've talked about my love of skateboarding, but I wanted to show off the Vans, and I couldn't show off the Vans if my pants weren't pegged and high above the high top. So
now you got to roll them up. You got to roll them up tight, man. I did that. Yeah, sure. Let's peg them, brother. Let's do it. Hey, back to Longbridge Pizza. Let's give some love to Longbridge Pizza. My question to you, Tony, when Neil Denardi shows up at our opening night party at Standard Deviant. Will he be wearing a fur coat like SGA's while he's driving the pizza wagon?
I doubt it because it's too flammable. The
I
guy's
doubt
near
it too.
open flames, man. He can't like we don't want Neil to catch on fire. He's too good
No.
at slinging pies, dude. I saw Neil Denardi.
Tell me about it. I miss him. I'm having like serious Denardi withdrawal. And what's up, Long Bridge Pizza? I know you guys have the show on Friday. It's great to see you guys.
Yep.
Hope you're enjoying your lunch. Hope you're enjoying Neil Denardi's beautiful array of foods and pizzas and salads and beers. Cheers to all of y'all at Long Bridge. From PMP to you. Yeah.
100%. I saw Neil yesterday. We had a beer together yesterday, and he's getting ready for his son's opening day tomorrow in Little League, Nico's opening day. And he was just saying that things are going really well at Longbridge and that they're gearing up to get the baseball season going, because it's the January is a slow month, I think, just in general for all restaurants. I really do, because people are like, I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to have nothing but salads.
And you just spend all your money during the holidays. You're tapped out generally. Dry, January is like a dry month. Yeah.
Right. So he says they're stoked for baseball season. They've had a good February, and March is going to be rocking, and he's ready to sling pies for our Standard Deviant season opening party on March 25th. So it's going to be a really good time. But to that point, Paulie,
yes, sir.
I just want to remind people that Neil loves taking the pizza wagon out on the road and loves to cater events, because it breaks up the monotony for him. Not the monotony, but like it breaks up his instead of going to Longbridge every day, he gets to go to different parties or different events or different places and make pizzas for people. So if you want Neil to cater an event of yours, you can go to longbridgepizza.com, or you can email Neil at neil@longbridgepizza.com, and Neil is Neal at longbridgepizza.com, Paulie.
Yeah, when you're thinking about how to spell Neil, you just think Grateful Dead, the other one. There was Cowboy Neil at the wheel, the bus dude never ever land. Coming around, y'all. Anyway, there you go. Cowboy Neil. In this case, it's Cowboy Neil at the oven. Cowboy Neil with the pizza flipper. Because Neil Denardi is serving up the best pizza in San Francisco. If you have not been initiated, get on down there, go through the ritual process. I'm kidding. There is no ritual process. Just go in there and order some food and enjoy the great products of Longbridge Pizza. The variety of pizzas, the variety of sandwiches. There's all kinds of salads to choose from. Artisan beers on tap on a daily basis. You go join the Vibe Tribe, then you come talk to me about the serious pizza and the laid-back vibes of a Longbridge. Tony, also the specialty sandwiches. I always shout out the chicken parmesan. I want to also give some love to the chopped cheese sandwich, which is Neil's kind of version of a cheesesteak like you would serve in Philly. But it's outstanding. In fact, he can serve that up vegetarian style. Tony's had some veggie chopped cheese before. The chicken parm, as I said, it's second to none. There's just no competition as far as that being the best chicken parm sandwich in the city of San Francisco. I know Stevie B, another Jersey kid, he backs me up on that too. He's had the chicken parm. It's no joke. What am I looking at here? That looks amazing. Jesus, that's hard to look at. What is that?
That's the loading dock, Paulie. That's the loading dock.
Give me a freaking loading dock. I'll split a loading dock with you right now. Right now.
And I want you to notice the whole picture. You got the chili flakes right there. You got the Parmesan on top. You got the house salad on the bottom right. And then you've got the wings on the bottom left, and you've got the frosty beverage. You can see the ice cold beer right up top. They know what they're doing here, and there's a close up of the loading dock.
I got to tell you, Tony, this is a great Longbridge pizza spot we're doing, because it's become all inclusive. Like, people are jumping in with their own takes.
Nice.
Nutter chopped cheese is in fuego.
Nice.
You got Lily Merchant, best chicken parm ever. James Lazat, I could go for the hot and honey right now. Miguel, looks so good. Patty, I'm so hungry. Miriam, loading dock is my favorite. I'm with you guys. I love the all-inclusive Longbridge pizza spots. But anyway, Neil is a great partner. He is a great restaurateur. Go support his business. He's been so good to us, and he's been so good to not only Tony and I in the show, but all of you guys too, by opening his doors for private events and parties and broadcasts and all that kind of stuff. We couldn't ask for a better partner than Neil Denardi. So thank you, Neil, for all you do. Please go enjoy Longbridge this weekend. He can accommodate private parties if you want to bring your CYO team in, or whatever sport thing you're involved with as a coach or a parent, they can seat probably the entire team in the back, groups of 20 to 25 people. Just talk to Neil about it, and he'll hold the room for you. So get on down there, 2347 3rd Street, laid back vibe, serious pizza, Longbridge. We freaking love you guys. Thank you.
Hell yeah, Paulie. And there's the buffalo chicken pizza, which Shannon Kaler ordered, and it was fantastic. So damn good. They make this on Thursdays. And again, just to close out here, Paulie.
Yeah.
Their beer is fantastic. Their beer selection is fan-freaking-tastic. Neil does all local breweries, Bear Bottle, Original Pattern, Russian River, Cellar Maker. They're all on tap right downstairs. I'm upstairs at the LBP PMP studios. Neil's downstairs slinging pizzas right now with Gabino and Andre and Jorge and Emmanuel and Steven. They're all downstairs.
I'm a Gambino and Emmanuel fan, Tony. I got Gambino's back. Do you have the picture of those guys wearing the PMP shirts at your disposal? If not,
I can find it real quick. Those guys are great dudes, and they're at the front of house, as they say.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is, right there. Yeah, heck yeah. Let me share this real quick. Here is Gabino and Emmanuel. Emmanuel's got the blue gloves on, and Gabino's right there with the peace sign right in the middle of his chest. So those two dudes will greet you as you walk in, and they'll give you a big high five and welcome you with good vibes. So thanks again, boys. Thanks again, everybody at Longbridge.
Okay, last thing, Tony. Let's do a super here because it's actually connected to Longbridge. I saw one just come in. I think it's from one of the Santa Cruz Mafia guys.
This is we don't need no stinking badges. He says, since our meeting is a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Since our meeting is a Wednesday, can we get the chicken parm? Never had it. Wow.
I would say yes, 100%. Order the chicken parm at Longbridge and bring it right over to Standard Deviant, man. And we're going to talk about Standard Deviant in just a few minutes when we start the music assignment. Pardon me, but thank you, Badges. Yes, the answer to your question is a resounding yes.
Yes, and also Stinky Badges, thank you for that super. And also Stinky Badges had a super earlier, and he says, don't hang with me. I always get busted with 3 exclamation points. I love it. Stinky Badges, thank you for the super. And also, Paulie, I have to Escobar at the end of yesterday's show also had a super that I did not get to, and I want to just give love to Escobar.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And his super, I don't remember verbatim what it was, but his super was giving love to Tony Gwynn and the hitting prowess of Tony Gwynn. So I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that today because I love Tony Gwynn.
We all did.
But might be my favorite hitter of all time. Honest to God, watching that guy swing a baseball bat and toughest out. But that's what I love about Arise. That kid Arise is the same thing. He's a tough out, man, and he's not striking out. If you think about that stat of 21 Ks last year in 600 and I think 620 at bats or 610 at bats.
Yeah, that's
incredible against the type of pitching that he's facing. It's incredible, man. So tip of the cap to Arise, tip of the cap to Tony Gwynn. Rest in peace. We got some fun birthdays to get to later on the show today, too, P.
I want to ask you a quick question since we're talking baseball here for a second. When Logan Webb takes the mound today, are you expecting like the ferocious competitor Logan Webb that we see like mid-season against the Dodgers, like a June or July game? Or do you think he's on a little bit of a leash considering that it's March?
I think it's both. I think he's going to be on a leash, but I think he's going to come out of the gates ferocious because I really do think that these players really do get into this World Baseball Classic for pride, for national pride. And you know that Shohei in Japan is going to want to repeat. And you know that Puerto Rico and Cuba and all these other teams would love to take out the USA. Yeah, because of just the what is the perceived arrogance of USA MLB ball players, right? And that everybody wants to come play baseball in America's pastime, right? Well, they're trying to prove that it's not just America's pastime, that it's an international pastime. So I love the World Baseball Classic. I'm all for it. And I think Logan Webb, I don't know what his pitch count's got to be low. I'm sure 75 or something like that. But I love that he's getting the pearl, as they say, Paulie.
Tony, only because we're getting a little bit of a what I would call a log jam, and shout out to the adult film in The Big Lebowski, log jamming. Okay, log jamming. What are you guys watching? We're just watching log jamming. Yeah. Anyway, we're getting piled up here, so here's what I want to do.
Paul, you have to pause. You cannot mention Lebowski and log jamming without paying or just giving love.
Log jamming.
Is it Julianne Moore? Julianne
Yeah,
Moore?
you're damn right. It's Julianne Moore. Yes, yes.
In
Show some
the
respect,
harness, but
please.
in the harness
With paintbrushes, dude. Just
Flying.
chucking paint. Yeah.
fucking
Flying.
paint. Just
And by the way, don't hold this against me, guys. I'm just going to quote the screenplay here as she goes right up to Jeff Bridges, Big Lebowski, in his face, and she goes, "Do I make you uncomfortable? You know, does the human body make you uncomfortable?" And then she drops this on you. Well, should I say it, T? It's a little bit risque. Should I say what she says or no?
yeah. Well,
I'm
go
saying,
for it.
I'm just quoting the film, folks. Just quoting the film. She's in Lebowski's face, and she says something like, "Yeah, you know, a lot of people get intimidated by my work, Tony. It's very vaginal. Okay,
Yeah.
it's vaginal." She drops that on Lebowski, and he goes, "Oh yeah," and he's like smoking a butt, or he's smoking a J. I think he's burning a J, like just standing there, like puzzled.
I know this doesn't help the clock, Polly, at all, but you know what? The beauty of our show is that we determine the clock. I was watching Waiting for
That's
Guffman
not what you
last night.
said last week, but okay, go ahead.
I know, but you know what? It's Friday fun. It's a fun Friday. You know, Waiting for Guffman, the movie Waiting for Guffman.
Do I know Waiting for Dude? Of course I know Waiting. Shout out Christopher Guest and the whole gang. Yes, yeah.
Dude, yes, man. I was perusing Netflix yesterday. I'm like, you know what? I'm diving in.
Oh, the whole
Diving in.
collection's there, dude. Best in Show, Guffman, the Spinal Tap, like all that whole ensemble cast. But yeah, Guffman, A Mighty Wind. That's the folk one. Yeah.
But dude, the best part is they're at dinner at the Chinese restaurant, and what's his name starts talking about he had to get a penile reduction surgery, and then he says to what's her name, Caroline O'Hara, who just passed, Catherine O'Hara, who just passed away, rest in peace. He says to her, "Well, you know, you could have gotten a vaginal expansion surgery."
Wow, we're getting into a whole thing today. Who saw that coming, folks? I don't know. Anyway, no, Guffman is money, dude. Guffman is money. Yeah,
it's phenomenal. And stand by. Last thing, and then you can get back on the clock, Polly. Just for
that's all right. Yeah,
for bleeps and giggles. Here we go.
Let's go.
The audio's not the best, but here we go. Just stand by. Here we go.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, look at him.
Oh, they're
lowering her down. And by the way, look at him.
That's all, dude. That's all.
He winds up with paint like all over himself too. Yeah,
it's all over him. So sorry, man. I had to indulge myself in Lebowski because I love the freaking movie so much.
No question. So Tony, a couple of more supers. Then I want to give some love to Dan Coach Emilio, and then let's get into the music assignment with John Joseph.
You bet, Paulie. Stand by. Here we go. Let me see. Wait a second. This is Patty from Napa is a super, and she's saying happy birthday to Big Al in Chico, who's celebrating his birthday today, dude.
Hey,
so happy birthday to Big Al,
dude. Big Al, happy birthday from myself, from Creative Tony, Dom, and the whole PMP community. You're one of the good ones, Big Al. Hope you have a great night, and cheers to you, brother. Big Al, happy birthday. Yes.
Phenomenal, Big Al. Thanks for always making the chat a very fun place. You're one of the many members of the PMP family that makes the chat so much fun. Happy birthday, Big Al. And Patty, thank you for the super. Dom Peralta's a super, and he says, happy birthday to Patty.
No question.
Miss PMP, we love you. Yes, happy birthday to the queen of the PMP broads, the self-proclaimed PMP broads, by the way. She's
the queen bee, man. She's Miss PMP. She's the queen of the scene. She's the birthday girl. Biggest Eagles fan I've ever met, and I respect it. And we want Patty to have a great birthday. We want Big Al to have a great birthday, too.
I 100%, guys. It's a couple of heavyweights right there with their birthdays. And Steve Groschel is checking in as a super, and he says, you can imagine what happens next.
He fixed the cable. Yeah, they're talking Big Lebowski still, no question. Dude, Big Lebowski works any time of day, any season of the year. Late night viewing, early morning viewing. It's one of the greatest stoner films ever made, period. And just Tony, we saw it in the theater, bro. Yep. I remember seeing that with you at the Kabuki, laughing our A's off, bro. I mean, that's first time seeing that movie. Just tremendous stuff.
And not knowing truly what we were getting into.
Is this your homework, Larry? Is this your homework, Larry? You know, this is what happens when you blank a man in the blank. Yeah. Is this your homework, Larry? Over the line, dude. And then of course you got freaking what's his name? John Turturro as Jesus, bro. You don't blank with the Jesus, dude. Licking the ball, okay? Licking the freaking ball. The hairnet, dude.
Supposedly that was a lot of that was ad-libbed by Turturro. Supposedly, like he just went with it.
How would you feel about doing a show where we're both wearing hair nets?
Oh, dude. Well, considering I don't have hair.
But that makes it even better, dude. Just a hairnet over your bald head would be incredible. I'll wear one too. Let's go hairnets next week, dude. I don't know where you get a hairnet though. Where do you even get one of those?
Funny side story, Paulie. I had to do, well, I have no problem, no shame admitting this. I got a DUI for blowing a .09 years ago, and they took me in, and they took, I was actually the designated driver for a bachelor party. But anyways, I got pulled over for a tail light. They took me in. I had to DUI, and the next thing you know, I had to do roadside service, right? You put the vest on. I had to do my community service, and I thought I was going to do roadside service. I'm one of the last people selected. I had to go to a hospital and make cream of wheat for like 9 hours. That was my community service. And so I'm making cream of wheat in the kitchen, and they made me wear a hairnet, dude. I'm like, guys, I don't have any hair.
You got follicles. Stuff could happen. You know, the little pieces could fly off. And by the way, Tony, that's it. You had 1 day of making cream of wheat. That was your whole punishment?
Yes, I thought I was going to be on the freeway.
I'd do that for fun. I'd do that for kicks on a Saturday. Let's make cream of wheat for 9 hours. That's a good day for me. Yeah.
Paulie, I scored like no, and when I was one of the last names, I'm like, what the hell? Where are they taking me?
Yeah.
And then they put me in the van and we're driving. Nobody's saying a word to anybody. And next thing you know, we're pulling into the hospital parking lot. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And one guy in the van goes, I think we scored. I think we're just making food at the hospital. It's like right on. So
here we go. By the way, Robot Centaur, who is going to join us on the program next week. Yeah. Robot Centaur is going to join us for a little free agency hit in the NFL because he does a lot of great work. And here's an example. He's reporting right now, running back Joe Mixon has just been released by Houston. That's a guy I would roll the dice on. Joe Mixon, big, strong, can definitely run the rock, and would be nice to complement Christian McCaffrey with a bigger back like that. That'd be a hell of a look for a defense. You run CMC at him, you give him a blow, you bring out Joe Mixon, you pound him up the middle. Other free agency names, there's a lot of big ones out there, folks. Aaron Rodgers, well, DJ Moore actually just went to Buffalo, but you got Kyler Murray, you got Stephon Diggs, AJ Brown. There's all kinds of big NFL names being released. Geno Smith was released by the Raiders, or he's going to be released next week by the Raiders. They let him know today. So who's this? What is that?
So, dude, that is Mac Jones jumping off a diving board in it looks like in Cabo or somewhere in Mexico. George Kittle posted this photo. I had a feeling you were going to mention Geno Smith. I'm just wondering if the Niners do pull the trigger on trading Mac Jones, if they can get a first rounder. I don't know if they can, or if the team is willing to part with the first rounder for Mac Jones. But I wanted to just applaud Paul. If you look at that photo,
he looks like a dad. It doesn't look like an NFL quarterback to me. He just looks like some guy. That could be me, for God's sakes. Yeah.
100%. I'm like, I applaud that body so much right there. Yeah. Because that's a professional quarterback right there. That's a professional NFL quarterback right there. Yeah. Who, by the way, is having an amazing offseason, by the way. I think Mac Jones is winning the offseason.
Patty from Napa asks, is that a little gut I see?
Yes.
It looks to me, Patty, it looks to be what you would call an NFL quarterback gut. They're rarely seen because these guys work out so much. It's hard to get a gut, but it looks like Mac Jones is working on one. So all power to him. Yeah.
The dad bod on Mac Jones. Shout out. Yes, Scarlet Fire. Dad bod. Exactly. Yeah. Scarlet Fire. So I just wanted to share that real quick, Paulie. Before we get to the musical assignment, let's give some love to Dan Coach Emilio.
Yeah, dude, thank you. Perfectly well said as Tony continues to produce and just lay all his goodness on all of us. Okay, Dan Coach Emilio, securemoney.com. He is one of our newest partners. We were talking last night. I got on a text thread with Los D and Danny C, Dan Coach Emilio. We were talking about the 84 Major League Baseball All-Star game at Candlestick Park, and the guys were sending videos around. That's the game where Dwight Gooden was 20 years old, struck out the side, dude. What I mean, God, that if you saw Dwight Gooden pitch in 84, 85, and 86, you saw it as good as it ever got. I mean, he was freaking unhittable. But anyway, Dan, Coach Emilio, loves talking baseball. You enjoyed his Scottsdale correspondent hits. He was great. He'll continue to be great, but his day job is where he gets his real acclaim at securemoney.com. And Dan's mission basically at securemoney.com is it's a few things. One, to help you never lose money, but still have growth and opportunity at the same time. Dan is going to show you how to have more net income, how to pay fewer taxes, and how to be certain you have income guaranteed for life. Think about that. That's what we're all, like, I think, striving for. Guaranteed income for the rest of your life. And Dan's got experience in the area of retirement planning, all those kinds of issues. That includes life insurance, that includes IRA planning, inheritance planning, financial planning, estate planning, safe investments, and of course, 401k rollover. And the great thing about working with Dan is he's got keys to all these rooms that we don't generally have access to. Like, he's going to say, guys, here's a way I can cut your taxes this year. Here's a way you'll owe fewer taxes come tax time, while maximizing your money. Helping your money grow is huge. And Secure Money only contracts with the top-rated companies in the industry, where safety and growth is the driving force and focus of their company. When it comes to rates, check some of these out. Dan's got access to guaranteed options paying 7% on 2-year terms and 8% on 5-year terms. Again, it's Dan Coachemilio, securemoney.com. A great financial advisor, can really do a lot of good for a lot of us in the PMP community. Pick up the phone and start the conversation with him anytime. 1-888-960-SAFE, 1-888-960-SAFE. And I will just say this, Tony, as I hand it over to you, Dan's a really easy guy to talk to. He loves talking to people. He loves helping people. And he's, again, the experience I'm looking for in a financial advisor. He is 30 years in the business, Tony. 30 years of helping people grow their money and securing it at the same time. And all of the other issues I mentioned, inheritance planning, the estate planning, 401k rollers. He does all that stuff too. So thank you, Dan Coachemilio and Secure Money. You're a great partner to us on the PMP show.
Absolutely, man. And Dan's a passionate dude. If you've seen him on our show talking baseball, loves baseball. He's a passionate dude, but he also loves what he does for work. He chose this line of work, and he went out on his own because he loved it so much and rolled the dice on himself and said, you know what, I can do this on my own by myself. And that's what he's done with Secure Money. He set this up all by himself. But a few questions that Dan asks: do you feel unsure about what happens to your income once you retire? Are you relying on your 401k and hoping it's enough? Have you been putting off reviewing your retirement plan because it feels too complicated? Well, Dan specializes in helping people reduce taxes, protect their income, and turn their savings into guaranteed stress-free retirement income.
Nice.
Through his income saving strategies. Okay. And he's been helping retirees and working professionals build stronger retirement income plans. And by the way, Paul, you mentioned reducing their taxes.
Yes.
Dan has been able to reduce taxes by $10,000 to $40,000 annually for many of his clients. So if any of this is ringing a bell to you, get in touch with Dan. Seriously, get in touch with Dan. Go to securemoney.com. We love Dan, or email Dan at securemoney.com. We're huge fans of Dan, even before we partnered up with him with the NorCal Sports Network, and because he's a dear friend of Carlos De La Fuente, and we love Carlos De La Fuente as well. But we've been watching Dan, and then we started the partnership. We're like, hell yeah, let's do this, Dan, because we trust him and we respect him. So give him a call, 888-960-SAFE, 888-960-7233.
Thank you, Dan Coachemilio. Thank you, securemoney.com. Okay, now, folks, we are clearing some space to, I think, one of the main reasons we're all here today. We love this kid. Look at the new logo. It looks great, Tony. All right. Shout out to Standard Deviant. And by the way, just shout out to the other one of the many, many pieces of art, Dom Peralta. And we will talk about Peralta Arts later in the show too, folks, because I think Dom has finished the Polymac and Friends poster for the Brisbane In gig coming up. It looks freaking amazing, Dom. Thank you. So we'll show that off in a little bit. But I want to acknowledge the PMP Musical Assignment kind of record label logo that Tony just put up on the screen. I freaking love that. I love that logo. We don't talk about that art enough, and I would love to have that on a shirt too, man. I
Heck
mean,
yeah.
Tom, you know what I mean? Put that on your list of 8,000 things. But anyway, no, it's a great logo. I love to have it. And the other logo you're looking at is Standard Deviant, our newest partner. We're so happy to have Mark DeVito and company on board. Standard Deviant, let's talk about them a second as we get ready to kick off this week's music assignment featuring John Joseph, who has requested and given us the assignment. It is all songs pertaining to, involving, or about cars, automobiles, folks. We're going to get into that momentarily. But first, a word about the music assignment sponsor, the good people at Standard Deviant Brewing in San Francisco. Tony, we're talking about two different locations. We've got the traditional location over in the Mission. That is 280 14th Street in the Mission District. Then, of course, there's the PMP Clubhouse Hangout. That's Pier 70 in San Francisco on Maryland Street. That is where we had the Christmas party. That is where we're going to have our opening night party, Giants Yankees, March 25th. Be there or be a square. We're going to have people start to arrive around 4:30. First pitch is just after 5. Really looking forward to that. So those of you who have already hung at Standard Deviant, you know about the atmosphere. You know about the great beers, and they are great. And Tony's going to talk about those too, a great variety of beers. But these guys, again, it's part of their credo and part of their motto. They are 100% committed to San Francisco, and we freaking love that. Stop by Standard Deviant, either of the locations, and enjoy the coldest tasting beer in San Francisco. Would like to remind everybody, these guys are super cool. Everybody is welcome, if you know what I'm talking about. No, everybody's welcome. Come on in. Also, you can talk to Standard Deviant, talk to Mark and company, the management, about hosting your own private event there, private parties, private events. We're talking weddings. We're talking birthdays. Tony, we're talking opening day MLB parties like the one we're going to have. It's an ideal spot for that. And by the way, the one that we're going to be hanging out at, Pier 70, it's literally right on the bay. It's across the street from the bay. So the entire time, like, you're hanging out, having a cold beer at Standard Deviant, you're looking at these incredible bay views. And I feel like it's such a little gem of a neighborhood where these guys have built this Standard Deviant location on Pier 70. It's a freaking amazing spot. There's tons of parking, by the way, too. A lot of people don't even know about that part of the city. So you can park with ease, enjoy some shuffleboard. Tony, we're talking 4 flat screen TVs, lots of space. We had a great time at our Christmas party, and I know we're going to have a great time on opening night and enjoy the variety of diverse beers, true to style, all the while enjoying that bay view. Tony, I'll let you speak to the beers a little bit, and then we're going to open the doors to John Joseph. But again, thank you, Standard Deviant, our newest partner, as they now sponsor the weekly musical assignment. We're thrilled to have them on board. Standard Deviant, we'll see you there soon.
Love that they're our partner, Bolly. We've been looking for, because we love beer, especially I freaking love. My buddy, this guy Mark Adams, lives in Australia, has a great line. What a time to be alive. I feel like when it comes to beer, what a time to be alive because of all the damn good beer that's being made right now. It's Standard Deviant right here in our backyard. Started on 14th Street in the Mission, and now they're at Pier 70. They have the second tap room, 1070 Maryland Street, Pier 70. Beautiful room for those that came to the holiday frolic. Please come out on March 25th for our opening day watch party. It's going to be so much fun. Hopefully, we get Mark and Paul and all the Standard Deviant guys there to join us. But it really is about their beer, right? Their beer is fantastic, and you can order beers to go. Obviously, they pour beers on tap all damn day, every day. They're open every day. And today they open at 2:00. So I think actually from Long Bridge, I'm going to walk down there and have a nice little start of the weekend beverage.
Give Mark a fist bump for me. Tell him I'll see him in a couple of weeks. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
I will, man. I will. But you can get a 6-pack of 12-ounce can with 12-ounce cans. You can get a case of 12-ounce cans. They got the Kolsch. They have the Hefeweizen, Saison. They have the Hazy Pale Ale, the Comet Pale Ale, the Tree People IPA, the Hop on Muni IPA, which is my favorite. And they got the Porter, and then you can do a mix pack too. Okay. You can also do Crowler, 32-ounce Crowlers. You can do a Kolsch Crowler. It's their German style Kolsch. It's light, crisp, refreshing, and definitely would have won the bronze medal at the World Beer Cup if it was entered. 32-ounce Hefeweizen Crowler. You can get a Crowler 3-pack. You can also, Paulie, you can also order kegs if you want their beer too. You're having a blowout bash and you want just to make it easy and just have everybody pumping that keg. Oh, you can get kegs of beer from Standard Deviant as well. So It's all there to order. Standarddeviantbrewing.com is the website, and 1070 Maryland Street is the location. I highly recommend you just go on down there and check it out, because you're on the water. You're right. That area, Paulie, is just going to continue to expand.
I know.
And seriously, they're so smart to get in now.
Yep.
Because once the mini spheres go in, they're really going to crush it. And then once the Niners move up north and build a stadium south of Chase Center, then it's going to be ridiculous. So I'm joking, of course, but Chase Center is just 3 blocks north.
Yeah.
And Longbridge Pizza is just around the corner from Standard Deviant. So it's a killer scene. Great people. Again, it begins and ends for Paulie and I with the people.
Yeah.
And these guys are such great people. I'm very happy for them. Paulie and I are very happy for them and the success they've had. They were all over Beer Week. They were on Cron. They were on NBC. They were on CBS. So congrats to them, and couldn't be happier to have them on board as our beer partner, Paulie.
Yeah, welcome aboard, Standard Deviant. We're thrilled to have you. And if this reaction from the audience is any indication, you're going to be seeing some of the PNP familiar pretty soon. Soccer Bowl was like, yeah, man, we finally got a beer sponsor on the show. I totally agree. It was only a matter of time, and it's entirely appropriate. So all of that.
Paulie, real quick, sorry to jump on that, but you talked about our posse, the PNP familia. Hey, Standard Deviant is so cool that they allow Patrick Mahomes pinatas inside their venue.
I think they encouraged it. They were like, actually, just save me a couple of swipes too. I want to take a swing at Mahomes while I have a chance, you know?
Well, and truth be told, Mark DeVito at Standard Deviant, big Patriots guy. Paul, I don't know Paul's last name. I got to get Paul's last name.
He's the Commanders guy now.
Yes,
Paul comes with Commanders love.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you got Patriots and Commanders love. I think we can all agree that we probably all dislike the Cowboys and the Packers. And who would
well, the Seahawks, except for you. You love the Seahawks. Most of us hate them, but I know you're a fan. Yeah.
12th man, Paulie. 12th man.
I know.
Maybe I'll ask Mark if they can make a 12th man ale.
Yeah, that's how we'll lose the sponsorship very quickly. But go ahead. Yes. That'll work not well for us, I would imagine.
Oh, classic, man. So, hey, I'm ready to bring on John Joseph whenever you're ready.
All right. So thank you, Standard Deviant. Great to have you on board. We're thrilled to have you as a partner. All of that being said, that paves the way for this week's music assignment. Let's bring him in. You guys know him. You love him. He is John Joseph, the mysterious man of music, who joins us for a lot of the PNP Familia get-togethers. Tony, let's say hello to him. I want to lay my eyes on this kid today. Yeah. Okay. That a boy coming strong. No. Okay. Wow.
I'm ready, guys.
Okay. Well, listen, I wasn't ready for this, but let's get into it.
You were talking SOD yesterday, so
respect.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was Broadway Rocks 1986.
Yeah,
God,
dude. I remember Broadway Rocks right across the street from the Mabuhay, man. One of the great.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know if it happened. The Mabuhay, it's called, God, what is it called now? I forget. But Flipper is doing a anniversary show there.
No way. When is that?
With Fang. It's sometime. I looked at the price, and to go see old punk bands, it's way too much for me. Everything's way too much nowadays.
Flipper, for those of you that don't know, John, tell the people about Flipper. I have one Flipper album, and it's not an easy listen, dude.
No.
Yeah.
They're one of those weird bands that they're like a band's band.
Yeah.
They're a punk band. They got a lot of pull because Moby says he sang for them.
I don't buy that, though.
None of them remember that either. He hung out. He was like, he would carry the drums and stuff. But they're just one of those bands you hear about, and then you go to hear them, and you're like, why do people talk about these guys?
Yeah, and the guy who was the guiding light was Will Shatter, right? Will Shatter. Yeah, that was like the brain.
I've seen him a bunch of times back when I was young. I went to see the bands that were playing with them, the undercards more so.
Right.
So, but it's cool that the Mabuhay, they're trying to like do something. But the problem is also is like, I think it's like you have to charge over $25 a ticket just to break even.
Yeah.
No, so it's punk, and Fang, to me, Fang's the better draw. They're an old San Francisco punk band.
Dude.
That they're like a lot of the bands that I like that here there'll be 3 of us in the crowd. But they go to Europe, they're selling out.
Yeah, Fang has been one of those bands. Well, they have they're probably their most well-known song is "The Money Will Roll Right In," which has been covered.
Yes, covered. The covers are more known than the band.
Yep, Metallica covered that, and so did Nirvana. So Nirvana and Metallica covering Fang. John Joseph. Well, this is just a taste of what's coming down the pike today. So, John, let's set this up, bro. We throw the mic to you, and we say, explain the assignment, and then we're going to first go through the audience submissions, and then we'll get into
Oh, yeah, please. No. That's I'm more interested. I'm more like to see what people come with. Because with cars, we all drive them. I mean, California, we love cars. And there's a million songs, especially me being a metalhead and a punk. I based it all off of one song. I sent it to you guys. And then the rest is just I had to whittle down. And actually, when I was listening, I was actually still whittling down. I have probably at least 1,000 car songs.
Nice.
That I know. Like, not all off the top of my head, because there's some that you think are car songs, like say a Judas Priest, Head Out to the Highway.
Oh, good one.
But that's really about you taking your life by the wheel and you controlling yourself. And you basically guiding yourself.
Yeah.
So it's more of a metaphor, which I love Priest. But we all have them. And every song we pretty much know with cars, we grew up with ones. There's ones that we've heard our whole lives. We don't even realize it.
Right.
And we all have it. No matter what genre of music you listen to, there's something about cars.
So let's do this then. To get the ball rolling today. And you guys have heard the assignment. You guys have known about this. We've teased it a few times. Tony, if you have the listener submissions, let's roll through their selections, and then we'll get into me, you, and Double J.
I definitely have all the submissions. It's the biggest, largest list we've had, JJ. So tip of the cap.
Right on.
Nice. You touched the nerve, brother. You touched the nerve. I love it.
Every week, every sponsor or partner that we've had on the musical assignment has been fantastic, and way to just carry the torch, dude. Because the headdress,
I'm ready for the Giants. This is I got like probably 1% native blood in me.
Good.
I got to thank some forefather for doing something despicable. But yeah, I'm ready. I even got my cup from the stadium ready.
Nice.
I'm just dying. I'm waiting. I even got hold on here. Can't probably see. Let's see the logo. This is the Eugene Emeralds, their minor league team.
Nice.
We got this signed by somebody that's on the team now. I forget who. I can't read this signature. You meet these guys. You go to a game. You meet them. They go, "Oh, let me sign that," and they sign it. I'm like, "Who was that?" You can't look it up. Minor leagues, the numbers, you can't figure it out.
You probably made their day asking them to sign something,
Well, no, they actually signed it. I didn't even. It was the play. It's actually a real player jersey. No, he just gave it to me because I said we were talking about something, and whoever it was, the kid is like, "Oh, that's my favorite player. I can't believe you know who they are." And then they just gave me the jersey and signed it. And I was like, okay, thank you.
Yeah, right.
By the way, speaking of the Eugene Emeralds, dude, a shout out, that's Sweet Mad Hatter's territory. And then also, John Joseph and I have been talking, Paulie, the Portland Pickles.
Yeah,
up there
I love them.
in Portland, Oregon. What's their manager's name again that we want to get on?
It's the announcer, Mike Checks. Mike Checks. Their manager. They're legendary in that division. Just stepped down, so I'm really interested to see. But they're like how could you put it? They're like the Bananas, but the Bananas are like the Globetrotters. So if you put them against a real baseball team, they're beautiful, they're great. I love what they're doing, but they're not going to be able to do anything.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's not, it's more for show. It's like a street version, or a circus type version, where the Pickles are almost the same, but it's about baseball. It's about fundamentals. It's bunting. I watched a game once where they literally the team just decided to bunt the whole game and won.
Let's go.
I was blown away. I was like, who does that? And it was their all-star team, but I was like, who just decides they having a beer before the game and just we're just gonna bunt and let's see what happens.
Dude, I love it. And when I lived in Portland, Oregon, I went to Portland Beavers games at PGE Park. And it was fantastic. Portland Beavers were a farm team, probably for the Padres.
Nice.
And those games would sell out because it was the only baseball.
Oh, they love baseball up there. It's just the weird thing is up there is, especially nowadays, but they are very what San Francisco used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're dealing with the sad thing for them though is there's not as much money, so we see it in the news. It's not, that's like a block. 2
Yeah.
blocks. You know, it's just like I keep hearing people go, like from out of town, they go to San Francisco, like a metal show, and they go, God, there was people on the sides of the street. It's so horrible. I go, nah, this is clean. I was like, you did not grow up. You weren't walking in the Tenderloin in 1980.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Right,
you haven't seen nothing. This is unbelievably cleaned up.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to Golden Gate Park. As a kid, I'd have to cross it, and you'd fear it in the middle of the day. You would fear because that was a smorgasbord of just darkness.
That's what people don't know. Like back in the day, John Joseph is 100% right, dude. I remember walking around. There would be gangs of like punk rockers walking around. There was all these street gangs all over. You can get your ass kicked in a number of ways in any given
no.
Any
and
time
also,
of
people don't
day.
realize back then, you know, as a kid, the teenagers, you know, if you were at a park and a teenager showed up, there was a pecking order. Those teenagers would, you know, pants you, hang you upside down, shake you down for money. As a kid, you would hide. There was no phones. If there wasn't a parent around, and even if there was a parent around half the time. But that's one of the things that's missing these days is there is no pecking order.
Yeah.
There's nothing that puts the kid in place. So rotting kid just stays rotting. There's no one like at there's just nothing there, you know, that there's no like, you know, we fringe on it now, you know, but and that's the sad thing is my generation, we were like, that's how we grew up, but we're also the helicopter parents.
Yeah.
You know, and it's really hard not to be. And it's hard, especially if like for Tony, you're out with like your coaching, you know, like my coach would just say, hey, you little S, you know, you know, verbally smack you on the head and just be like, run some laps, you know, and I was a master because I talked a lot of crap. So you know, on both sides of it, I didn't care, you know. I was like, hey, call me out. I'm calling you out, you call me out. But I ran unbelievable amount of laps. I've done everything, you know. I got kicked off teams for God's sakes.
I wouldn't. That doesn't surprise me. John Joseph being our guest today.
I also, as a kid, I actually got in a fight with another team's coach.
Nice.
And I once, and then when I was a teenager, I got in a fight with the guy that I became really good friends with at the time. I took on a whole baseball team because they stole a younger kid's bat and they wouldn't stand up. And I was sitting there smoking on the bleachers pre-game, and it's just us. And I just was like, hey, give him back his bat. And they're like, you won't get off the bleachers. And it's me versus a team. And I'm like, I don't care. Beat the crap out of me. Just give him his bat. I didn't even get a thank you after. I didn't care. But I was like, you've got to stand up for yourself, you know? So it was funny. It was like a circus show. I had guys on my back, but it was also like a kung fu movie where it's like one at a time. You're like, one guy comes up, and I'm like, wow, okay, just knock me out. I'm like, you know, this is getting ridiculous. And the funny thing is after it, the catcher, me and him never got along. And he was telling me the pitches before they come. He's like, dude, I'm just going to give you one right down, like lower, like, so where do you like it? I go, either up high towards my face or down by my knees. And he's just going to be down by your knees. And it missed, and then the next one came in, and I hit it was probably my best hit ever. I smashed that thing, but it was hilarious because I made two friends that day. The one guy on the team that didn't fight, that knew me, and then the guy that we never liked each other. But he couldn't believe I stood up against them all, and he was supposed to be the badass and stuff. But
that's my boy, Double J, right there, Tony, making straightening out some law and order in the scene back in the day.
Well, John, we were talking about juvie earlier in the show.
Oh, I had a buddy, my best friend growing up, Tim Grant, rest in peace, brother. He spent more of his youth in there.
Yeah.
And it was up off of 92, though he was at the one on top of 92 there. I forgot the name of it. That was co-ed. Yeah. No, check this out. In the 80s, that was co-ed. And when he gets out one day, he would go in for nothing he ever did, but he always said this, and it always stuck with me. He goes, hey, they got me on that, but I got off on this. I'd be doing life if they got me for what I really did. But and he wouldn't rat. He could have just said, hey, that guy did it, but he was not that type. But yeah, it was co-ed. And I was like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, they just let us all out. I'm like, wait, you're with girls in a big, like,
unsupervised room. Yeah, right.
TVs and stuff. And I'm like, no wonder why you keep going in. He's like, yeah, they're stuck with me.
Hey man, shout out probably the greatest juvie movie ever made. Shout out Sean Penn and Bad Boys, dude.
Oh,
Bad Boys. Where
That's the reason why I made sure I never went in.
yeah, the Cokes too, the Coca-Cola.
Oh man, the poor dude with the boombox, his buddy.
Birdie.
Oh,
That's my guy,
man.
Birdie, bro. Birdie, he blows Horowitz blows the
Oh,
radio up in his face. You don't mess with Horowitz, dude.
No, I have not watched that in years, but it is like burned in my memory.
Hey, it's on Prime right now.
I have it on Laserdisc. I have it like probably on DVD. I have it. I also have it the way I, link
All right,
stuff.
John, here we go. Quick trivia on Bad Boys. Which Billy Squire tune is prominently featured in Bad Boys? Go.
God, I don't remember actually. I don't remember.
Everybody wants you. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da.
Yes.
Sean Penn.
No, yeah.
Butts, yeah, listening to that like loud as hell, dude.
And that, like I said, that movie scarred me because that was my path. I would have been, I wouldn't have been Horowitz, but I probably, I would have been that. And I have been inside it. My mouth gets me into trouble.
All right, well, let's stop it right there. Let's put a cork in John's mouth, and then Tony, you start this up with the listener songs. Let's get into it. These are the songs about cars from John Joseph's assignment that have been sent in from the PNP Familia. Tony, you take it, kid.
I just want to let everybody know that, again, this is a large list, so let's just power through it.
Muscle through it. Yeah, muscle through it, man.
Selections are phenomenal, so here we go.
Okay.
It starts off with Aaron Kask. We love Aaron Kask. He tells us to listen to Black Sabbath. Aaron Kask says Primus's Jerry was a race car driver.
Good one.
And Montrose Bad Motor Scooter.
One of my favorites. I love Bad Motor Scooter. Great track. Great track.
So, David Shanklin says, also known as NorCal Refrigeration HVAC, says the B-52's Devil in My Car. Which
good.
Did not see that coming. That's great.
Thank you, Shank. Very good. Yeah.
I got to look up Arkansas Dave's again because it's listed on the list, but I don't see a song. Right. Arkansas Dave. I need something from Arkansas Dave. Let's see. P1 Chuck checking in. Smokey Robinson's Cruising. Phenomenal choice. Phenomenal choice. Corinne Sartorio, Manhattan's in the Tupperware. She says Ronnie and the Daytonas, the little GTO.
I was hoping for that one.
Okay,
I was so hoping for that one.
Yeah, Corinne comes strong, man.
Corinne also says the Beach Boys, Little Deuce Coupe. There we go. So there we go. Dennis Morrison, and this is dedicated to Noemi. Dennis Morrison making a dedication to Noemi. Depeche Mode's Behind the Wheel.
Okay.
Behind the Wheel.
Okay.
And also the Dead Milkmen's Bitchin' Camaro. That's
bad. I almost did that one. I almost went Bitchin' Camaro. Okay. I'm glad somebody else took that.
That is fantastic. Look at Carlos De La Fuente coming in strong. Our man Carlos De La Fuente says Rolls Royce and the song Car Wash with Richard Pryor.
Nice. Nice, Carlos.
I got a great story for that one too.
Nice, dude. Hang on. Patty, the birthday girl tomorrow.
Yeah.
The queen of the broads of PMP, Patty from Napa, down in the Cavasu. She says the Eagles version of Old 55. The Eagles version, Old 55.
Okay.
She also says Don Henley's Boys of Summer and Bon Jovi's Lost Highway. Bon Jovi's Lost Highway. She had to get John Bon in there.
Of course.
Mikey checking in for the musical assignment. John Joseph, you got Mikey to check in. That's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Mikey checking in with Aretha Franklin's Freeway. Is it Freeway?
Okay. All right.
And Sammy Hagar's I Can't Drive 55. Great music video.
Somebody had to do it. Yeah, somebody had to do that. Yep.
Sweet Mad Hatter from Central Oregon says Commander Cody and his Lost Planet Airmen doing Hot Rod Lincoln. Hot Rod Lincoln by Commander Cody and his Lost Planet Airmen. Bon Bon, also known as Scarlet Fire. She says The Boss, also known as Bruce Springsteen, with Pink Cadillac.
Sure.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, right. Rags checking in from the East Coast. He says Meatloaf's Paradise by the Dashboard Light.
There you go. Yeah.
Nice work, Rags. Noemi, she says Moonlight Drive by the Doors. Moonlight Drive by the Doors. And she also says Billy Ocean's Get Out of My Dreams, Get Into My Car.
Get out of my dreams. Dude, I totally forgot about that song. Yeah.
Dude, how about Get Out the Backseat, baby? Escobar Cheeks the Third says Dr. Dre's "Let Me Ride," which
Nice.
is a great tune.
Nice.
Great tune. And he also says 2 Miles an Hour by Ludacris.
Okay.
So there you go, Cheeks. Thank you, brother. Steve Groschel, who's doing the musical assignment next Friday.
Yep.
He checked in with anything by the Fabulous Thunderbirds, basically, is what he said.
Ooh.
The whole discography.
Right?
I've
Right.
been watching you for days now, baby. I just love your sexy ways. Now, by the way, Tony, John, I've seen them. I saw the T-Bird.
Oh, same here. Yeah. I think I probably have a record signed by them too.
Nice.
John and Polly, just put your lovin' in my box.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
Grosh also says "Kickstart My Heart" by Motley Crue. So
I was waiting for that one. Good one. Yep.
Here's one I was waiting for. This is by Ray Goodman and the Soulmates. Noemi Catalina's better half, and he says "Radar Love" by Golden Earring.
Yeah.
And then he also says "Fuel" by Metallica, which is good to see. Oh, dude, and Greg Trela following up last week's musical sponsor and partner, Greg Trela.
Yeah.
He also says "Fuel" by Metallica, and they have the exact same. He also did "Radar Love" by Golden Earring and "Fuel" by Metallica. Ray Goodman, Greg Trela, the same two songs. That's wild.
All right, so those are the two that are going to rep the audience so far, because those are both have multiple votes: "Fuel" and "Radar Love."
Correct. Jessica, also known as Beat LA.
Yes.
She checks in with Smokey and the Bandits, Eastbound and Down.
Eastbound down. Yeah. Totally.
You're gonna say it can't be done.
Yeah, that nice.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. And then she also has Wilson Pickett's Mustang Sally and the Wenzel Brothers Band with 69 Chevelle.
Okay.
Jerome says "Lowrider" by War.
Finally.
Right. And we got down to Jerome to get "Lowrider" from War. Miriam says "The Magic Bus" by The Who.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Travis Berryhill. Hang on. I'll have to read his email. Travis Berryhill checking in says "Muscle Cars" by E40. Muscle Cars by E40. Also, "Exit 109" by Dale Watson and his Lone Stars.
Damn.
And "Mobbin' in My Old School" by Little Bruce of Vallejo.
Little Bruce, dude, come on down. I like that. Beautiful.
Phenomenal. And I will check his email, Dom. Dom says that we really need to check out the email that he wrote attached to these musical selections.
Okay.
Thank you, Travis, for checking in. Mark Gravy Graves from AZ checking in saying "Moonlight Drive" by The Doors. That's vote number 2 for Moonlight Drive.
So that's 2 for Moonlight. Got it. Okay.
And Mark Gravy Graves says "Trans Am" by Sammy Hagar.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Okay.
Now Pine Needle giving a second vote for "Lowrider" by War. So that's
Lowrider. Damn, we're getting the logjam here. Once again, shout out logjam and go ahead, T.
Marcel Pantaleon. What's up, Marcel? He says "The Distance" by Cake.
Yeah.
There you go. And
We're
then he also
going
says,
the distance. Yeah.
And he says "Picture Me Rollin' by Tupac and "The Boomin' System" by LL Cool J. Dude.
Ooh.
How about anyways, I'm just blown away by the selections by everybody. It's all over the map, which is what I love. Chutch also checking in, saying "The Shangri-Las, the Leader of the Pack." How about that? That's going way back. "The Leader of the Pack" by the Shangri-Las. That's from Chutch, excuse me. Chutch 916. Stinking Badges says "The Beach Boys, Sloop B. by the Beach Boys.
Yep.
Stevie B, Steve Bisecchio says Billy Ocean's "Get Out of My Dreams, Get Into My Car." That's
a double for them too. Okay, "Get Out of My Dreams." Got it.
Now then we have Jim Bull, Soccer Bull says "The Dead Milkmen's Bitchin' Camaro." That's vote number 2 for Bitchin' Camaro.
Okay, damn. Wow. Did not see
Not a royal.
Soccer Bowl also says "Fuel" by Metallica. It's his second choice.
That's number 1. That's got the most from the audience. "Fuel." That's the third vote. Okay. All right.
Oh, Don Peralta, dude. I almost picked. So Don picks "Motor Breath" by Metallica. Motor Breath by Metallica.
Great one.
And then he also says "Rearview Mirror" by Pearl Jam, which is I almost thought about doing "Rearview Mirror" by Pearl Jam.
Yep.
And then he also says just for kicks, Dom wants to end the selections from the PNP Familia with the "Cars for Kids" jingle.
Oh, please no! I'm taking a machine gun to that thing. I want my flamethrower to just scorch that set with the kids.
My son used to sing that.
Oh.
Like I would have to sing that to him to put him to sleep when he was little. Drives me
Dude,
nuts.
it's the most offensive piece of music that's ever been written and recorded in my estimation. But I want to thank the PNP family. That was a great list, but it turns out Fuel by Metallica will be the track to represent you guys because that got the most votes from the audience, even though Get Out of My Dreams got multiple, Lowrider got multiple, Radar of Love got multiples, and so did Bitch and Camaro. Well, that's awesome. I didn't see that coming. But we'll go with Fuel for Metallica to represent the audience today. And then, all right, now it's up to the three of us. So who do you want me to go first, Tony? I don't care. What do you want to do? John should end it.
I like to go last, yeah.
Yeah, John's going to end it, and then we can
Definitely.
wrap it up because we still got to do a Peralta art spot after John. But I'll go. Screw it. I'll go first. I'm going to go first. Okay.
All right.
So, like you, Tony, I forget who else said this. It might have been Dom. I was thinking about Rearview Mirror from Pearl Jam too.
Yeah.
It's just such a great track, and there's always a huge jam in that song, which I like. You don't know where they're going. It's just a big jam. But like my spirit sister said, man, she said it, and I got your back on this, Miriam. Here it comes. The Who live at Leeds with the great live version of Magic Bus. I mean, this is
nice.
Can't really see the artwork on this. Let me take it out of plastic, but this is the great Live at Leeds album.
Oh yeah.
If you don't have it, do yourself a favor, get a copy. This is the Who at their most furious, playing their asses off. And the Magic Bus on here is 14 minutes. It's 14 minutes long. They jam the snot out of that. So I'm going to go Magic Bus. And then my second one, John, you told me to go deep in the vaults.
Yeah.
Here's what I came out with. So glad nobody else said this. Probably most of you have never heard this song. I'm going over to the UK for some late 70s punk. I'm going to take a track from John. Ready? The UK Subs and their song. I've always loved that song. It's called I Live in a Car. That's the name of the track. Because I live in the car. Banning the bound. Yeah, I live in the car. Don't call me on the telephone because I won't be home. I live in the car. So I'm going UK Subs, I Live in a Car, and the Who Magic Bus.
Dude, wow, Paulie, nice work, man.
Yeah.
Seriously. Wow, it's hard to follow that up, but I will. And then John, you are going to just land the plane for us, buddy, and you're gonna wrap this whole thing up with a nice bow as you sit there looking so wonderful in your headdress.
What do you give me for John Joseph and Scott Ian from Anthrax in the Indians video? If you guys ever remember the Indians, I know John knows it.
Oh yeah.
He used to throw the headdress on when they were
Belladonna, Joey Belladonna, singer.
Belladonna did it.
He's part Indian. He's from, as he put it back, and this, Paulie. He's from upstate New York, and he'd always have to, tell everyone, I'm from upstate, but not that upstate. As kids, if anyone said that, you're like, oh, you're from jail or prison.
Yeah. I was upstate for a while.
Yeah. I'm from upstate. Oh,
yeah. All right, T, go ahead, brother. What do you got?
So I'm gonna go. Well, God, I'm so freaking torn here, man. So, you know what? I'm gonna represent the hippie in me, the crunchy hippie in me. I love the band out of Colorado, Boulder, Colorado, String Cheese Incident, and I've seen them many times. And they have a song.
Myself many times.
Nice, John. They have a song called "On the Road." And it is a great song, and it talks about progressing from being a band that, is in a car, and then graduated to a van, and then graduated to a bus. And that's basically about their travels on the road. So, Paul, you can just do the studio version.
What's it called, Tony?
On the Road by the String Cheese Incident. On the Road is the song. Great track.
Okay.
Phenomenal.
You need to meet him, by the way, Tony.
What's that?
You need to meet them. I've met all of them. A buddy of mine's really good friends with them.
Nice.
You would like them a lot as people,
dude.
They're
Michael
very much.
Kelly,
You're very akin, in a lot of ways.
Nice, man. They have a great song called "Joyful Sound." That's the lyrics in that song are just incredible, and I've seen them a bunch, and I'm like, the vibe these guys put out on stage. Talk about the reciprocity, man. It's good stuff. I hope to someday, John. They're still gigging, and they mainly stay in Colorado now, but they're still gigging.
Exactly. Yeah.
But On the Road, great track by String Cheese Incident.
Okay.
Great keyboard jam by their man on keys, Kyle Hollingsworth, who's a beast on keys. And then, Paulie, I was gonna go Tom Petty's "Running Down a Dream," right?
Yeah.
It was a beautiful day at the sun. I had the radio on. I was driving, right? But
Right.
I gotta go with the boss, and I gotta go with probably top 3 favorite tracks from Springsteen. Racing in the Street.
Oh, dude, phenomenal choice. I almost did this. Are we going live version? I hope.
Yes, dude,
yeah,
yes, because
yeah.
the live version, he extends
It's drawn
it.
out. It's the real version.
Yeah, the street,
Yes.
the big jam at the end, dude. That's the and Tony, we got that last time we saw Bruce. He
Yes.
played Racing in the Street, which is always a treat. Phenomenal choice, dude. Great
You can
poll.
tell how much he loves playing live because like being a metalhead, all the bands like Metallica, Blitzkrieg. Everyone always goes, that's their own version. They don't actually know that's just Blitzkrieg live. Even the solos are lifted because live it's a way longer song.
Totally.
Bands would do that. They, so it got you to go out. And Bruce is a master of that. If you're gonna pay, he's griped about how much it costs to see him. If you're gonna pay to see him, he believes in you better get something special out of it.
That's right. That's right.
And he's like a preacher, man. He's like a preacher. It's like going to church. Seriously.
Seriously, yeah. But he loves what he does, and he loves that people love him. So he makes it worth your while to be his fan.
So, boys, I have been adding the tracks to the playlist on Spotify. It's if you're new to the show, we have a public playlist we add to this each week. It's called PMP 26. And I've just put Fuel on the Road and Racing in the Street on there and my Magic Bus. And I live in a car. And now, John, this is it, brother. You're going to wrap it up here in style. So this is the man himself. He's going to send us into the weekend. Now, I hope you have 2. You got 2 for us.
Right? I got a few. I actually, in the beginning of the show, I had 2, and I added a couple, but I could just rifle off the rest. But it all started with one band I love since I was young. And I grew up a metalhead. Just was born that way. I was just born this way. And no one got me into, I just started with rock, hard rock, and progressed, discovered Black Sabbath, AC/DC, the precursors, then Judas Priest, Motorhead, Venom, and it just went on and snowballed. But I really loved always when I was young, the new wave of British heavy metal, all the English bands.
Yeah.
And it was hard to find that stuff. I did a lot of tape trading. I was big into that. But some of it, I like a lot of the stuff, early stuff, you just lucked out on.
Yeah.
You just, you go to a record store. There was one down in the peninsula called Rainbow Records.
Oh, yeah,
a
dude.
small place. Was run by this little hippie dude. He was long hair. He looked like he should be at a Dead concert.
Nice.
Really awesome guy, but he knew I liked metal. First record I ever bought was Stairway to Heaven. And growing up the way I didn't know. Great record, but for me at the time, it didn't speak to me because it's all, all this love. I didn't understand love. I didn't get that. So I go to return it, and he just goes, and he hands me a record, and he goes, "Oh, maybe you're more into this," because I have a little long hair and stuff, a little kid. And that just set me down on my path of stuff. And then I went in one time, and he goes, "Oh, I got this record by mistake, and it's this band called White Spirit."
Okay.
And it has a cool cover. They have a cool logo with like an eagle and stuff. But that record has always spoke to me, and it's like something I try to turn on anyone that says they're into heavy metal or anything or hard rock, because it's really a crossover, the two. I always try to push it on them. Well, not push it, just mention it. And I sent it to you guys.
Yeah.
And the thing is, with early heavy metal, it had keyboards, a lot of it. And that, whoever's the keyboardist, I never looked it up. That guy is insanely good. But so my first pick, and the one I based this on, is this band called White Spirit, Midnight Chaser. And the record is White Spirit, White Spirit.
Okay.
But Midnight Chaser, it's just, and the second song too, you gotta listen to the Red Skies that comes after, because the keyboards on that's insane.
Okay,
awesome.
Nice.
It's one of those records you just get into it, and you just, if it's on vinyl, you just keep replaying the same side.
Yeah.
But it's like one of these ones that still today, it's like it puts me back into my youth, like all good music does. You remember the time you listened to it.
Oh yeah.
But it's just an awesome song about just, and it's, to me, it's just like metal personified. Like he's, you're partying all day. You at midnight, you're jumping in your car, and you're just looking for a race.
Yeah.
You're just looking to kick some ass and just show what your car's got. And just pedal to the metal type stuff. And that's what I based this all on. And that is like but it also shows my love of like music right there. It's just the whole thing of what it's about, and it's a good time too.
Okay, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
And then my next pick would have to be one that to me is one of the best soundtracks of all time, and a movie that bombed, but 1981's Heavy Metal, and it's Don Felder's Heavy Metal, Take a Ride.
Yes. Oh, dude. Great. Yes. Yes.
But you would never know that guy came out with such a heavy song.
I love
it's
that
really.
Song. Hey, John, just between you and me, I know you're not going to be surprised. I actually have that soundtrack on vinyl too.
Oh, same. Yeah.
Yeah, you got.
I have the poster. I have an original movie poster up in my garage.
We got Mob Rules. We got some Cheap Trick. We got freaking and like you said, dude, the Don Felder track. I love Take a Ride on Heavy Metal. Great song.
No, it's crazy because that's that's a heavy that for him. You're like, I remember seeing his name on the thing and going like, what song did he do?
Yeah,
when you watch the movie, you just hear it, especially when you're younger, and then. And I love that movie. That movie speaks volumes.
Dude, I saw it in the theaters, John. Swear to God, I saw that in the freaking theaters. Yeah.
And that was like one of those things back then I loved. I used to go to theater all the time, and I would just go see things. I didn't even know what I was sitting in half the time because half the time I was sneaking into something, or I'd go and watch something. I'd just stay for the next film, or I'd go across to, because I was one of those people that I realized as a kid that they're disgruntled workers and they're teenagers. They're not looking at you. They don't care.
Oh, they don't give a damn.
If you just walk in like your parents are there, you walk like you own the place. No one pays attention.
Yeah.
But if you're looking scared, that's like if you're driving fast and you see a cop and you make eye contact, they're automatically going to face you because they know if anyone that makes eye contact with them is guilty. But so that's my second pick. And then after that, it is a record, comes from a record. And a band that we all love, but it comes from a record that the singer said he just didn't fit in, and I couldn't disagree more. And that's Ian Gilliam, and that's Black Sabbath.
Oh, dude, Born Again. Let's go. I love Born Again.
And that is the first track is Thrashed.
Yeah.
And that song is a true story about when they were recording it at Richard Branson's studio, Virgin and all that.
Yes. Yes.
So they're recording, and he stole what's his name? The drummer. He stole what's his name?
Bevan.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Steals his car, and there's a track down the street, and he goes to the bar. He's getting drunk, drinking tequila. He steals the car, and he hits about the 25th lap, or he jumps in and like the lyrics say, he hits 105 right off the bat, and then by the 25th lap, he loses it on a turn.
Yep.
And he talks about how the car is flipping over, and you see it. The sky is the ground, and he's talking about God because of Mr. Miracle, and he prays him, says, "I'll never do this again." And then he makes it out. The car's just total. It's trashed.
Yeah.
And so he makes it out alive, and and he's like. He knows, even at the time when he was like praying, he's thinking Mr. Miracle knows it's a lie.
Hey,
so he goes straight back to the bar. He goes drinking again, and then he goes in the studio.
Yeah,
writes it all down, and that's the track that came out of it.
So he's a big fan of that album. Is a big Zero the Hero fan. Is my main man Rags. He'll talk
Zero the Hero is one of my all-time favorites. I'll send you guys. I'll link you. I have, and they've released it's on vinyl now, but I used to have it beforehand before it was anywhere. I have the studio pre-version. It's like 5 more minutes.
Okay, get it over.
Yeah, it's there's a bunch of different versions, but no, that's also for my. I'm a big death metal head, and that is the precursor.
Hey, John, give me your.
Riff is just unbelievably heavy.
Give me your honorable mention tracks, and then we got to go.
Okay, I'll do that really quick. Honorable mention. I'll go back. I'll go reverse because that's 80, 81. A lot of these are 81. Would be Riot from New York, the new wave of British heavy metal, but America version. Riot, unbelievable. They're called Riot 5 now. If you look them up, all the members are dead, and now members of other heavy metal bands do them, and you can't tell the difference. It's like a love. But it's from the Narita record from 1979, and it's Road Racing, and with no G, with an N with a little apostrophe. Unbelievably good one. Just it's another one. It's about it's a good time. And
Nice.
then let me think here. Fastway.
Yeah.
Fast Eddie Clark when he left Motorhead.
Yeah.
And to me, destroyed Motorhead because I love it. God, jeez. He's
Yeah.
just been missed a piece, you know. But his record, All Fired Up, and the song All Fired Up with the Dragster cover.
Yeah, man.
Really good band. Doesn't get any love. It's one of those ones that just slips through the cracks. But then, the Aretha Franklin Mikey did is Freeway of Love.
Yes.
That's,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes.
but also, has a little thing about a pink Cadillac in it too. But then, UK Subs you were talking about.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I was going to pick that.
I live in a car.
I want to throw in a punk one. I'm like this weird hybrid. And when I was a young guy, it was either metal or nothing else.
Dude,
I was into punk and metal.
That's a good track. I Live in a Car is a good track. It's
that was mine. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, well, there's one band I love. And some people know them by GBH, Gross Bodily Harm. And some people call it Charged because they would always have that written on top, but it's just GBH. It's not Charged GBH.
Right on.
I don't know what that's about. I've seen a bunch of times, never asked them. But High Octane Fuel.
Okay.
And they're a band that doesn't get a lot of like known love, but if you hear one track of theirs, they started a whole genre of punk and of rock, and they're still going today. And it's still the same guys, which is always insane. But yeah, I had to throw in a punk track. I love those guys.
Nice.
There's probably so many records. That was the thing with this. It's so hard.
Hey,
and
dude,
we all know tons of them.
You did beautifully, John. I mean, first of all, you're presenting like a champion. Yep. You got the musical knowledge that few do. And listen, from me, I'm guarantee you I'm speaking on behalf of the whole PMP community. Great to finally have you on because we've been teasing this for a few weeks. And
I'm whoever paid, and I don't want to ever know. Thank you very much. I've been meaning to, but a lot of the thing is like I like to have like props and stuff.
Yeah,
I did radio before. I've done like podcasts. Yeah. I'm more of a so I like to be thrown in. So this is beautiful for me.
Well, John,
I don't like to put stock. I'm better performing. Just throw me on a stage and I'll dance.
Well,
but dude, beforehand, I'm going to be sweating like I'm Richard Pryor on the ground looking for that rock.
I've been there. Yeah. Not on the ground with the rock, but I've had the sweats before when I'm trying to perform. And John, let me just say, dude, thank you for joining us. Have yourself a great weekend. We'll see you soon at Standard Deviant. And I
got it. I probably won't be able to make it out. There's a show going on, and I have some friends from Finland that decided to fly out and buy me a ticket.
Okay.
And I'm like, but how do you?
No, it's all good.
Fly halfway across the world to hang out with you.
It's all good, John. It's all good. And thank you.
But I have one sponsorship I'd like to do really quick because you guys were talking about Michael Irvin yesterday.
Yeah.
And the reason why he didn't love the Bay is because the Bay didn't love him. We had someone far superior. We had the GOAT himself.
Yeah.
Old Jerry right here. Yeah. And and Michael, no, you guys don't know this. When Michael made it big and his first big season, his biggest game, he gave his mom his jersey and she put it on the wall. And when he came back, the jersey was gone. And he goes, Mama, you've been robbed. Mama, you've been robbed. And she's like, what do you mean I've been robbed? He said, where's my jersey? And she goes, oh, son, I traded out for something better. And she did the Cam Newton one before, and she had a Jerry Rice jersey.
Nice.
Not a true story, but hey, that's how I like to perceive it happen. But how can you not hate this area?
Much love to you, John. Have a good weekend, brother. We will be talking soon. Be safe.
Oh, you guys, everyone, thank you so much for turning in all you did. Unbelievable picks. You actually crossed off a ton of what I was hoping to see. There's one or two other ones, but they're really out there ones.
Next time, man. We'll do it.
But the whole, Freeway of Love, unbelievable.
Respect.
Low Rider, all your guys' picks. Wow. Thank you.
Cheers, John. Be good, brother. We'll see you.
Have a great one. Thank you so much.
John Joseph.
Love you all. Have a great weekend, guys.
You too, man. You too. Much love for John. He's one of the original OGs of the show. He crushed it, dude. He crushed it. This is, by the way, longest guest sponsor appearance of all time. Hands down, not even close. So we're going to let
John could have his own show, dude. He could have his own show.
He probably should. John, you should get in touch with the Bay Area Sports Collective and get like a specialty show. I would watch it. I know I would.
100%, dude.
We have gone late today, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to wrap the show with a final word for our final sponsor today. That is my main man, Dom Peralta, because he's been working his A off. I mean, everything you're looking at on the show is a result of Dom Peralta's artistic vision. And when we talk Peralta Arts and Company, Tony, you know what it is. You know what's up. It's like Dave Chappelle says, you know what it is. It's where graphic design, illustration, music, and pop culture all collide. Where else are you going to get guys like John Joseph hanging out for 45 minutes on a freaking Friday? We're giving that to you, and Dom's giving us all the visuals to go along with that. Tony, we have a brand new feature we're going to unleash right now. Dom has been generous, and he's been working on this. It's the new poster for the Polymac and Friends gig, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. That's March 20th, folks. What do you see? Look at that thing. Look at that.
Yeah, it's great.
Dude, that's freaking beautiful, Dom. That is freaking beautiful. I can't thank you enough for that. They will be available, too, if you want to get one at the gig. He'll have a stack of them, I'm sure, like last time. Dom, I think it looks amazing. Thank you so much. And I got to tell you, this is a one night only gig, Brisbane Inn on March 20th. It's a Friday. Great way to kick off the weekend. We're playing 2 sets. The first set will be just a mixture of all kinds of cool stuff we like. And then set number 2 is our Bob Weir tribute. We have 2 guest guitar players coming in. It is going to be a lot of fun. Jeff Faust is going to sit in for a track from the Freestone Peaches. He's going to be there. We are going to have ourselves a hell of a time. And I hope to see as many of you as possible, and definitely support Dom and grab one of these posters at the show. And now, if you've got an idea for something else, not involving a Polymac gig, I totally get it. That's cool. But your story does deserve bold visuals, and Peralta Arts and Company will bring them to life with Bay Area soul, Bay Area passion, Bay Area heart, and Bay Area sensibility. So contact Peralta Arts and bring your next vision to life. You know Dom, he's the easiest guy in the world to talk to. Call him, text him, 650-796-3144. You can also email Dom anytime. It's Dominic@stellar.design. And Dom, also, thank you. And I think you were doing this. I'm not sure if Patty was in on this week, but I know Dom has been the guy who's compiled all the listener contributions to give the list to Tony. So thank you for that too, Dom. Tremendous work. We love Peralta Arts. We love Dom Peralta. Tony, final thoughts, and we got to dismiss this class.
Yeah, we'll dismiss the class, Polly. I also just want to thank Dom for all of his efforts for today and for that poster. And also Pine Needle sent this in, and also Dom sent this in. So I wanted to just give this on the way out. This is a birthday cake for our very own Patty from Napa.
Happy birthday, Patty. Yeah, get a good piece.
I also want to say Corinne Sartori is a super.
Yeah.
And he says, happy birthday to our queen, Patty. Let's celebrate when you get back from Lake Havasu. So
I agree.
Patty,
with that.
On behalf of all of us at the PMP Familia, in the PMP Familia, happy birthday. There's your Bon Jovi birthday cake, and that's Dom Peralta sent that in. Pine Needle sent that in as well. Thank you guys for sending that into pollyspot@gmail.com. And yeah, Polly, it's been a hell of a week, man. John Joseph just wrapped it up in style with a phenomenal musical assignment. Greg Trila last week, Steve Groschel next week. I love what we're doing with the musical assignment. And if,
Me too.
By the way, Aaron Kask and I have been talking on text. I think Aaron's going to sponsor a Tony's Top 3 coming up here in the next couple of weeks.
Nice.
So,
Great.
We got some good stuff happening. If you want to sponsor anything, a segment, you can email us, pollyspot@gmail.com, or go to our YouTube channel at Polymax Particles. Like and subscribe while you're there. And then go to the links tab, which is just underneath our bio, and you can pick what segment you would like to get involved with.
Yeah, and also thank you, and a very happy birthday to our man Big Al too. Big Al's out there celebrating a birthday today. Cheers to you. And that's it, Tony. Dismiss the class. Let's let this weekend get started, and we'll be back on Monday at high noon to review the weekend and get your week started. So, Tony, take us home with some clear sounding sounders, if you could. Yes.
Here we go.
Business hours are over, baby. It's business time.
And then
Hey, Tony, great job, dude. The elements sound great. I know he has to do a lot of extra stuff to get those on, but you pulled it off beautifully. And, dude, great call going live racing in the street. Great freaking call on that, dude. The jam coming off of that on the Live Bruce album 75 to 85. That's the one I put on. I use that live version on the playlist when you said it. And my hat's off to you. Great call. And that's funny. I almost went Rearview Mirror, which would have been a great choice. You know what I mean?
I thought of Rearview Mirror too, man, because you know how much I love that track. But and again, thanks to John Joseph for another phenomenal musical assignment in the books, Paulie. And happy Friday to everybody.
Okay.
Thank you all for the support of the show. And thank you to Standard Deviant too for sponsoring the musical assignment. And Paulie, I look forward to Monday. We can finally get to NFL free agency maybe on Monday.
We'll get around to it one of these days. Hey, everybody, have a great weekend. Be safe out there. We'll see you right back here on Monday at high noon. Cheers, everybody.
Peace, y'all.